Hey, hello everybody. Happy Friday the 13th. Hope you're having a nice Friday. I am chilling up on my happy place on our farm. Sometimes I climb up here for meditate with the sky and the gods and the birds and the critters. So, anyway, just wanted to follow up yesterday. Man, we're working on this medical patient shipping bill project. It's kind of in a way, it's kind of a crossroads moment, at least for me anyway. For the cannabis industry here in California, are we gonna prioritize our seriously ill medical patients? And even though it may not everyone, in the industry is going to benefit, maybe not even get a slice, maybe it's even, slightly in conflict with your business model, but just sort of the principle that this whole cannabis legalization movement, at least recently here in California, was really based on the medical patients. It was the medical patients and their families, the activists who, that was kind of the justification for legalization, to just make sure the patients, and there's a lot of people where conventional medicine doesn't address their issue, but cannabis does. So how can you outlaw medicine that people rely on for well-being? And that was kind of the guiding principle, and just big respect to that whole legacy and the people in California who fought to make this happen. And then based on that care, compassion, and making sure that the medical patients are taken care of, that love, that cannabis love, is what won freedom for us all. So we all now are basking in the freedom that the medical patients fought for and won for us all now. So, yeah. So forgetting about the medical patients or seeing them get abandoned, and not to get into details, but yeah, there is a access crisis going on now in California, and it's nobody's fault. It's really kind of a just systemic, structural issue where making and carrying these specialized medical products is just, it's very hard to have that be commercially viable in this new, very regulated, expensive system to operate in. So it just hasn't made a lot of sense for the dispensaries to carry these specialized products. There's only somewhere about 4,000 seriously ill cannabis medical patients in California, and they're not all concentrated in one area. So the brick and mortar dispensary system, has a tough time providing in this very large geographic state where these medical patients are scattered throughout, the entire state. So how do we reach them? And what seems to make the most sense is to utilize shipping, direct shipping, right to their house. Only within California. It needs to stay within California so it doesn't violate anything federal. Anyway, just want to let you know, I made a post earlier because yesterday had a really not great Zoom meeting with a bunch of industry stakeholders where wasn't feeling the love or what's going on. It's not that people don't care. There's just a lot of fear. Everyone is becoming neurotic and paranoid because this industry is so stressful. There's no certainty. Everything keeps changing. There's a lot of volatility, and then, rules change, then all of a sudden federal rules change. And so it's just anyone who's still standing in this industry is committed and is doing you know, hopefully seems to be doing something right. But it's kind of traumatized all of us. So everyone now, and there's a lot of, there's been a lot of scams and just nefarious behavior and bad actors in this space too. So everyone's very skeptical of each other and their intentions. And anyway, so unfortunately, a lot of times the reaction, immediate reaction, knee-jerk reaction, is suspicion, fear, and just say, we're already dealing with enough unknown. Let's not add something else to the mix here that could, topple our endeavor. But the good news, very good news, is today had some very productive, very cordial, enjoyable conversations with some people who are who have pretty good footprint in the industry, and it looks as though we may have reached a happy, warm, fuzzy, sweet spot that people can agree on. Can't guarantee anything, but at least the effort is being made to collaborate and find a sweet spot where everyone's at peace with this, and everyone deep down agrees that we need to be prioritizing and making sure the cannabis love gets to the people who need it most, the seriously ill medical patients in California. So that seems to be a unifying message. How to do that, I think we might be on the verge of finding something, a way to do this where everyone feels at peace and feels secure. And also, the cannabis industry is notorious for loopholing, exploiting, and kind of abusing, policies and regulations that are intended for good, and then people come along and game it, and exploit it and abuse it and kind of ruin it for everybody. And then a lot of times it's the patients or the consumers who suffer because someone short-sighted little exploitation loophole scam. But we're doing our best to make sure that doesn't happen, respect the patients, and honor our agreements and our commitments that, we're doing this to make sure the patients are taken care of, and no funny business or shenanigans, and hopefully this just in a way sends a message of unity, of good vibes, of all segments of the market working together in some way instead of against each other. And that would be a really beautiful message that might actually bring some consumers back into the fold of the legal market as well. Just that, we're trying to make the world a slightly better place with cannabis, and thinking of others, not just our own well-being. So anyway, with that, just want to say, feeling the gratitude, feeling the love, feeling optimistic. This cannabis industry is an insane roller coaster ride of emotions. It's easy to get spun out with the drama and frustration, but just cannabis karma, cannabis vibes is a beautiful thing. And I believe that when you're coming from a good place with cannabis and just trying to help connect people in a positive way with this magical plant, good things happen. Oh, by the way, how am I going to do that? That is my 60,000 gallon water tank that I just had to install. That's a big tank. Anyway, that's part of the fun of compliance and zoning and all the fun stuff of running a cannabis business. Okay, well, anyway, wish everyone the best. I'm just going to chill out here and enjoy sunshine and life on planet Earth and the cannabis cosmos. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.